Is the audio okay with it down that far? My voice is kind of shot today. I can move it up if you want.
Like a little bend. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pick that up. I think mine might be a little bit. I might be dragging it down a little.
All right, if you guys are ready, I think we're ready. Sure, you're good?
Yep, I'm good, we're streaming.
All right. Well, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you very much for being here today. My name is Colonel Matthew Packard, P-A-C-K-A-R-D. I have the opportunity and privilege to serve as the Chief of the Colorado State Patrol today. And we're here in late April because it's almost summertime. And as we're already seeing on Colorado's roads, we're seeing that motorcycle traffic pick back up. We want to make sure that everybody understands the rules and also can operate and drive in the most safe way possible. And specifically, we'd like to talk about lane filtering and the law that was passed last year that went in effect in our great state. And I've already heard talk about it on the radio, and I've seen it, in fact, early this morning on my way into work, that motorcycles are out, and we're seeing legal lane filtering, and we're already also seeing an uptick in illegal lane splitting. And we want to make sure that everybody understands the differences and make sure that you have the opportunity to do this the right way. And I'll remind everybody, when the law changed last year, it will sunset in 3 years. And part of that sunset process is we will review crash data and enforcement data, public sentiment, and that will be provided to the legislature to make a decision on whether or not this law will come back and be a more permanent fixture within Colorado in our traffic laws. So to that end, let's make sure we do this the right way. And when you see folks that are out there on their motorcycles, make sure that we're paying attention and give them every opportunity to be safe as well as they're riding and enjoying Colorado's beautiful roadways and the weather that we enjoy here so much. So a couple of things. For those of you that are driving on four wheels, when you see motorcycles that are driving around, it's worthy of your extra attention and caution. Understand that they don't have a lot around them and they rely on your willingness to be attentive and be safe. And when you see somebody doing something wrong, whether they're on two wheels or four, it's not your job to try to correct that behavior. That's ours. And that's the role of police and the Colorado State Patrol, and we will do our part to enforce these laws and make sure that everybody understands it. But first and foremost, what we tend to see, and we've seen a couple of recent cases in our state, that when folks get upset and frustrated by what somebody else is doing in their car and they start to retaliate, we call that road rage, and that's a crime. And people get in trouble, and more importantly, people get hurt. So if you see something that's not lawful, just dial star CSP. If it's an emergency situation, you can call 911, and we'll let the police, the state troopers, and the deputies handle those situations. What's best for you is give people the room that they need to drive safely. For those of you on the motorcycles, this is your season. But this is also your time to be attentive and make sure that you're doing this the right way. We ask that you follow the speed limit, make safe lane changes, and be aware that sometimes you are hard to see as you're out there riding. Specifically when it comes to lane filtering, remember, you can only pass traffic that is stopped, not going slowly, not in stop and go on I-25 or on I-70. Traffic has to be stopped, and you have to be going below 15 miles per hour. Never pass on the right. Always make sure that there's room for you in between the vehicles that you're passing. Stay off that right shoulder and never go into oncoming traffic. Those are recipes for disaster, and you all know very well what disaster means in this context. We need to be safer on motorcycles. In fact, last year we saw a significant increase in motorcycle-involved fatalities, about a 24% increase in people that were killed in 24 compared to 2023 while riding a motorcycle. And those have a lot of different factors, but the number one tool you have, whether you're in a car or a motorcycle, to be safe is your brain. Use your thoughts, be a defensive driver, be aware of your surroundings, make sure you're doing it the right way so you can get to be safe. The top two causal factors for crashes involving motorcycles in our state are speed and lane violations. That has been true for the last several years, and it's already that way in 2025 as well. So please go the speed limit, be attentive, and if you're going to stop traffic while you're lane filtering, be very, very attentive and aware that other folks might not be ready to see you at all times. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to two folks that are experts in this field. First, you'll hear from Mr. Chris Corbo, who is the director of MOST, Colorado's motorcycle training program. And then you're going to hear from one of our riders, also Chris. He'll give you his perspective on this issue as well. So with that, I'll turn it over to Director Chris Corbo.
Good to go. Hi, my name is Chris Corbo, COR, be like in boy O. I'm the program manager for the Colorado Motorcycle Operator Safety Training Program, also called CO MOST. I'm here today to talk to you about the courses that we offer. When you look at the statistics that within the Colorado and the crashes upon motorcyclists, 84% of motorcycle crashes have been deemed the fault of the motorcycle rider themselves. That sounds like a daunting number, but I always say it's a positive because now we're in control of our own destiny. It's not so much the motorcycles are hitting the cars, it's the motorcyclists themselves are going off the road, hitting another car due to high speed. So the best way to overcome this is to take a course. We offer 1- and 2-day courses, 2-wheel and 3-wheel motorcycle courses throughout the whole state. We have 18 vendors statewide who provide this service. All of our instructors are certified. They go through an 8-day certification course, and they also have a couple PDWs, professional development workshops, that they're required to do. Again, all of these courses are statewide, so from Durango to Fort Collins down to Colorado Springs and a bunch in the Denver area. During the course, the motorcycle and the helmet are supplied. So if you're a new rider, you don't have your endorsement yet, never been on a motorcycle, the 2-day course is for you. Again, helmet and motorcycle are supplied. If you have some experience on the motorcycle, you've been riding dirt bikes for a while, you rode it when you were younger, and you just want to get your endorsement, then the 1-day course is for you. It's a lot easier that way to get it if you're an experienced rider. So come on, take the course. The website is comost.com. That's comost.com. Get trained and enjoy the ride. Thank you. Hi.
Hi, I'm Chris Gibson, and I was a student of the training program in Colorado.
All right, I think we're good for questions.
Yes.
Yeah? So I think what we're going to do is, if there's any questions for Chris, we can do those. Otherwise, we can go outside and there's some demonstrations that we've got set up to show what lane filtering looks like. Good with that? Sure. All right.
Whenever you're ready, you can start. This is proper lane filtering. Yeah, we're doing the proper lane filtering. Mic off.